Many of these stars had a hard time reaching the A-list status, and their infamous unfiltered moment left them with a damaged career and a reputation in limbo. Who spilled the beans too far? John Mayer became famous as the crooning man with a guitar and lyrics about heartbreak and romance. But following a messy interview with Playboy magazine in 2010, Mayer was left with a reputation as a racist, sexist, and simply not a nice person. In the interview, the singer gave an unfiltered portrait of his personal life and had a lot to say about his sex life, especially with Jessica Simpson. He referred to their relationship in the bedroom as sexual napalm and called her a drug to him. If that wasn't odd enough, the singer went on to drop the N-word in an answer about his relationship with the Black community. He went on to discuss his dating history with even more racist references. When asked about dating Black women, Mayer confessed, "I don't think I opened myself to it. My is sort of like a white supremacist. I got a Benetton heart and a David Duke." With many people like Ice-T and Talib Kweli expressing outrage about his racially charged comments, Mayer was forced to apologize and retreat from the public eye. He went on a 2-year hiatus from music before returning. As most celebrities do when coming off a controversy, he took a trip to Ellen and spoke about how he's changed, saying, "I did some couple of really dumb interviews, and then it kind of woke me up." If you're a star in Hollywood, one lesson you learn quickly is to never badmouth a project you're starring in. In 2008, Katherine Heigl did an interview with Vanity Fair that damaged her career forever. Heigl spoke about the film Knocked Up and confessed to hating the movie, saying this about the film's writing. "It was a little sexist. It paints the women as shrews, as humorless and uptight, and it paints the men as lovable, goofy, fun-loving guys. It exaggerated the characters, and I had a hard time with it on some days."
It is a good plaid until her water breaks all over Robert De Niro's shoes. "My shoes! Hey, there's all this baby goo on it."
Heigl went on to say how difficult it was to love her character in the film. Her co-star Seth Rogen later admitted to Howard Stern that he felt betrayed hearing her comments, saying, "We were funny together. I was having a really good time. And then when I heard afterward that she didn't like it, that she seemed not to like the process, and she did not like the end product either, I think when that happens, also, your trust feels somewhat betrayed." Following her knocked up comments, Heigl's rising career took a hit. In an interview with the Washington Post, the actress recalled feeling shunned by Hollywood, adding, "I knew that whatever they felt I had done that was so awful, they would overlook it if I made them money. But then, my film started to make not quite as much money." If you think of stars who gained popularity on social media, you have to mention Tila Tequila Wynn. After starting on MySpace, she became one of the earliest examples of a social media star. She's not new to making headlines, but in 2013, she made the news for all the wrong reasons. According to The Hollywood Reporter, Wynn took to her blog and confessed to being a Hitler sympathizer. Her posts were filled with Nazi praise, despite insisting she is not anti-Semitic, saying, "Hitler was a good man, and it takes some balls for someone to say this out loud this day and age, especially for a public figure like myself." In the same year, the star posted a photoshopped image of her outside of Auschwitz, per TMZ. Despite these alarming posts, Celebrity Big Brother was apparently unaware of her past when they cast her in 2015. Following just one day in the house, Entertainment Tonight announced that producers booted her off the show, explaining, "The views Tila had expressed and permitted to remain uncorrected are totally unacceptable, and accordingly, her continued involvement in the program was untenable." In a statement to the outlet, Wynn apologized for her past remarks and claimed it was a terrible mistake. A year later, she would be banned from Twitter after posting a photo of her doing the Nazi salute. After starring in one of the most family-centered shows in the early 2000s, many were shocked to hear Stephen Collins confess to doing the unthinkable. According to People, during a family therapy session in 2012, the Seventh Heaven actor confessed to previously sexually abusing 3 underage girls. Collins' ex-wife, Faye Grant, who could be heard on the tape, was secretly recording the session, but denied being behind the leak to the press, per Page 6. After the tape made the tabloids, the LAPD relaunched a 2012 investigation into Collins. Following the shocking confession, Entertainment Tonight confirmed the actor was fired from his role in the upcoming film Ted 2. He was also dropped from a recurring role in the ABC series Scandal, per The Hollywood Reporter. 2 months after the news broke, Collins released a statement to People about the incident, saying, "40 years ago, I did something terribly wrong that I deeply regret. I have been working to atone for it ever since." He revealed he apologized to one of his victims, but decided it was best to not approach the other victims in fear of opening up old wounds. In a sit-down interview with Katie Couric, the actor confessed to his crimes and insisted he was not attracted to underage girls. In 2009, Megan Fox was riding high on the success of the Transformers franchise. However, during one interview, she confessed her true feelings about director Michael Bay, saying, "He's like Napoleon, and he wants to create this insane, infamous madman reputation. He wants to be like Hitler on his sets, and he is." Fox went on to compliment the director, but the comments still rubbed people the wrong way. One person offended by the comments was director Steven Spielberg. They revealed that it was he who demanded that Fox be fired from the franchise.
"You're such a little girl."
We're gonna have 10 seconds of silence right now. I'm not talking to you for 10 seconds.
Following the backlash, the star took an extended hiatus from films, with many wondering if she was blacklisted. Explaining to the Washington Post, "I was so lost and trying to understand. Like, how am I supposed to feel value or find purpose in this horrendous, patriarchal, misogynistic hell that was Hollywood at the time? Because I had already been speaking out against it, and everyone, including other women, received me in a very negative way for doing it." In 2013, she returned to action films with none other than Bay. The two reconciled and reunited for the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles reboot. Telling Entertainment Weekly, "I've always loved Michael. We've had our battles in the past, but even when I've been really outspoken about difficulties we've had, I've always followed up by saying that I have a particular affinity to him." Some of the wildest celebrity confessions come from their lengthy press tours for upcoming projects. In 2019, while promoting the film Cold Pursuit, Liam Neeson learned that press junkets are not a place to confess to almost committing a murder. According to The Independent, Neeson recalled a close friend of his being raped and his own pursuit of revenge, explaining, "She said it was a black person. I went up and down areas with Akash, hoping I'd be approached by somebody. I'm ashamed to say that. And I did it for maybe a week, hoping some black bastard would come out of a pub and have a go at me about something, you know? So that I could kill him."
I will find you, and I will kill you.
After disclosing this, Neeson expressed remorse for his actions, but a media firestorm quickly erupted. Many called his comments racist and were baffled that he confessed to wanting to kill an innocent person. With an upcoming release, Neeson was forced to clear the air. The actor appeared on Good Morning America in an attempt to further explain himself, explaining, "I had never felt this feeling before, which was a primal urge to lash out. It shocked me and it hurt me. I did seek help. I went to a priest." Milli Vanilli were a music duo with a scandalous confession. The German R&B duo became popular in the late 80s and even received critical acclaim for their work. They famously won a Grammy for Best New Artist in 1990, but scandal soon followed and they were forced to return the trophy. According to Variety, 9 months after their big Grammy win, the group and their manager were forced to confess the secret surrounding their success. Rob Pilatus and Fab Morvan were not the voices on their own album. The pair had not sung a single note on their hit records like Girl You Know It's True, and even were caught lip-syncing during one live performance. After confessing and even holding a press conference to discuss the scandal, the two had their Grammy revoked and were shunned by the music industry. Pilatus confessed to the Los Angeles Times, "We were afraid for 2 years that this day would come. We've cried about it sometimes, that the secret might come out, but deep inside, we wanted it to happen." After finally confessing, the two were endlessly ridiculed and their careers were never the same. Despite having their own talents, the duo was forever seen as talentless and fraudulent. The duo later released an album with their own vocals, which only sold 2,000 copies per The Guardian. It was a far cry from the 7 million copies they sold as Milli Vanilli. One of the best features of Twitter is that celebrities have the freedom to reveal their deepest thoughts on the most random topics, like the Earth's shape. In 2016, rapper B.O.B. confessed to believing in the flat Earth theory, writing, "A lot of people are turned off by the phrase flat Earth. But there's no way you can see all the evidence and not know. Grow up." The artist even posted pictures of evidence and argued with his followers, tweeting to one fan, "Have you been to the edge, or is that what your science book told you?" During the debate, we're sure B.O.B. didn't expect astrophysicist Neil deGrasse Tyson to join in and shut down his claims.
You think you've thought them through. They will often crumble under rational analysis.
Tyson's tweets debunking his theories would later force the rapper to later make a diss track saying, "Dude, to be clear, being 5 centuries regressed in your reasoning doesn't mean we all can't still like your music." Following that debacle and many other odd tweets, the rapper stepped away from the spotlight. In an interview with Billboard, he admitted to regretting his response on Twitter, adding, "It definitely gets exhausting with people. When your inbox goes from girls sending you nudes to people sending you philosophy essays, it definitely takes some of the fun out of a cell phone." In 2004, Jude Law was one of the select few heartthrobs on the big screen. He was even named People's Sexiest Man Alive. In 2005, the headlines surrounding Law were no longer about his swoon-worthy looks or films. The actor found himself in a cheating scandal that sounded straight out of an episode of your grandmother's favorite soap opera.
I always love you or hate hurting you.
Law's nanny for his children, with ex-wife Sadie Frost, did an exclusive interview with Sunday Mirror, detailing their hookups. The problem? The actor was engaged to Sienna Miller at the time. According to the nanny, the two had a passionate affair and slept together multiple times. During one hookup, the two were caught by one of Law's children. The child later told Frost, who promptly fired the nanny. As the affair unraveled in the tabloids, Law came clean. He confessed to the affair in a statement and apologized to Miller. Their relationship fell apart and his career suffered. His complicated personal life began to overshadow his work. His heartthrob status also took a hit, with many seeing the actor as a cheater. The actor has worked hard to be known more for his work rather than his scandals and looks, telling The Guardian, "I just want to be seen doing my work, and I'm just a bit tired of being talked about for what I'm wearing, or what I'm not wearing, or what my hairline is doing, or who I've been seen with." If you or anyone you know has been a victim of sexual assault, help is available. Visit the Rape, Abuse, and Incest National Network website or contact RAIN's National Helpline at 1-800-656-HOPE 4673.